Hello folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Yeah, today a little bit better mood. I didn't have a bad mood yesterday. It was just I'm really tired, not sleeping very well, and always stand by, as you can imagine, in case of. Well, let us start and talk about what's happening with the market. I was tweeting today much more than in the past days, of course. The CB consumer confidence, they released the data today, and that's why it seems the XY dumped to its right now its level of 111. They were forecasting 106.5, and they are right now they published a data or a count of 102.5. That's absolutely not good, and we had previously 107.8, so indicating it's reducing. We are still above of the 2020 level after COVID. You can imagine that, of course, and that's what I mentioned many times, but it was a period of time for many, and just to say, okay, that's something, COVID, it's a virus, it comes, it will go. Bad times in the economy comes to stay for a long time, and that's the difference, and that's why I'm not bullish at all in general for the next at least 2 years. Even we know and that I'm still expecting a relief really at the end of the year, because banks, institutionals, hedge funds, and so on and so on, to exit and reduce their books. However, what is the CB consumer confidence in the US? That's the Conference Board Consumer Confidence measures the level of consumer confidence in economic activity. It is a leading indicator as it can predict consumer spending, which plays a major role in overall economic activity. And that's absolutely right. So I have mentioned why I consider this data bearish. Even Wall Street with its narrative, because of course Wall Street, the only thing that they interest right now is interest rate, and if it gives more food to the Fed to be hawkish. It's a very short-term thinking, because as mentioned since weeks and months already, the worst case scenario is, in my opinion, to play out. And the worst case scenario in every economy, and also for central bankers, but that's something they are not thinking about, not yet, time will come, is when the consumer behavior flips. It's such kind of capitulation when they are in fear and they spend less money. They spend less money because they want to save money for the worst time that's still to come, for example, because they see that around them people are losing jobs, can pay their bills anymore, whatever. I mean, everything in the context of a rising inflation. So the problem in such cases is that then this consumer behavior, so they start to reduce their consume, indicating they will spend less money. And retailers, those, it doesn't matter if it's a shoe retailer or whatever, it doesn't really matter, a car retailer, they will notice that. They will notice that the demand is declining. And that's what exactly the CB consumer confidence is indicating. So people are not ready to spend the money they have. Some of them don't have the money anymore because they had, for example, 20% of their whole salary available to spend. If we have right now 10% inflation, they only have 10% now to spend money. So it correlates very well to the inflation, and that's the big problem we have. And the problem is, the consequence of that is, that's like a chain, like a domino effect. If those people start to spend less money, those who are retailers and have stores and shops, they want to reduce their store. That's because they have product cycles. So they will try to reduce their storage, so the products and their storage, as much as they can. And how can they do that? Well, in normal cases, with marketing, promos, and so on and so forth. That will be the normal case. But it's not a normal case. So they are not going to spend more money, to invest money, just to generate more demand, because they notice it's not going to work. It's absolutely not going to work. So what's the consequence? They start to reduce their product prices. If they bought, for example, a product for $30 directly at the manufacturer or wholesaler, whoever, and they sold this product, for example, for $100, they will start to reduce these prices to $80. And they will notice that even then, people are not buying. So, what's the consequence? They are not going to invest in marketing, of course not, so they are going to reduce the price once again to $60. So even then he would make a gain of $30 per product he is selling. The problem is, he's noticing, the demand is coming right now to that price, but not big enough to reduce his storage. So what's the consequence? He reduced the price even more. And that's the thing where we can neutralize the inflation. But the problem is not the inflation anymore. The problem is the consumer behavior. And that's a problem that we will see, and it will bring us to a deflation. Because they will try everything. They will turn on the printer once again. They will stop to raise interest rates, and so on and so forth. But that's not going to work, because the whole thing why consumer behavior changes is because they don't feel safe. They have fear. They think, all the negative headlines we receive every day, that's part of it. And so that's going to be the big problem. Then inflation is going to be a bullish thing. When the inflation starts to decline in a way that even the central bankers cannot control anymore. Not even with printing money, whatever. They can start to bring some inflation, but inflation only works then if the consumer behavior is intact. But if it's not intact, you can print a lot, but it doesn't matter anymore. You can give away a lot of money, but when the people start to save this money, also then it doesn't work. And that's the big problem that I'm mentioning in forecasting since a while. And it's going to happen because central bankers are not doing a great job, in my opinion. So the thing is, markets, as soon as someone takes pivo in their mouth, they will start to push the price up. Just to push. With the hope retailers jump in and start to buy so they can start to exit. They can start to reduce their order books. That's going to happen. Mark my words. Don't believe the narrative of Wall Street. It's not in your favor. They will try everything. We see what they are doing just with Bitcoin. I have tweeted about that. They push the price just a little bit with the hope retailers push the price even more up. They start to use stablecoin and Bitcoin collateral futures, but spot, they are even distributing. And that's something we will see also at the end of the year and maybe even in the beginning of 2023 for some month. And then the whole narrative will adapt to realism. But for retailers, that will be late. For them, they will be done. And that's the big thing why we need to be extremely careful. With the FOMO, they will start to generate in maybe a few weeks or maybe a few months. And we need to check the data even more to be absolutely safe, because and a lot of different things is happening in the world at the moment. It's too dynamic to say in 4 weeks we will be there at a price level of 20K, for example, because everything can happen. I have mentioned also in the recent time, be extremely careful with Black Swan. Something, because we have too many different conflict points, and one of them at any time can explode. And when that happens, you will not even have the time to run. Also here, mark my words. Now let us start with the market and let us check what's happening here. So then let us see. I mean, SPY, Bitcoin, everything right now expecting that DXY will just dump even more and more and more. I would be extremely careful with that. Absolutely very careful. In my opinion, at the end of the week, the whole chart will look absolutely different to now. But let us check what's happening here and what we can see related to all the data. First of all, I have tweeted about that. That's a clear sign that they are really just here preparing the market to distribute. That's something they are already doing, but usually when we go up, we know what happens next, we go down. I have said I have my doubts we can break the 19.5, but we did without to retest. You know what that means. Just to retest. Without to retest, just push, 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 push. We know how it ends. That's a fake rally. That's absolutely a fake rally, like they love to do. Exaggerated, without retest, just push up, and so on and so forth. So what we see here is they are preparing. They are preparing the next bigger leg to the downside, and that's why I'm not going to close my short. I closed my long with gain. I'm not going to close my short. If they liquidate me, okay, chapeau. But I have my doubts they will. However, let us go forward and check what's happening here, because I think I need to refresh. So what we see here is that right now the wealth ratio, after it declined 2 times, right now lifting up, hitting, it's right now at 91, so indicating they are distributing. They sent more bitcoins to centralized exchanges. Also here you can see very well the wealth ratio 30 hours moving average declined, lifted up, and yeah, it's declining, stabilizing above of 86. Just still too high in my opinion, really just too high. And also here indicating they want to distribute. After they distribute it, we will go down once again. It doesn't matter. That's what they are doing. So if we check, for example, here, we can see, I mean, stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges, it lifted up. In my opinion, they reflect filled just the reserves. So afterwards, they started to decline, and afterwards, they lifted up once again. I was expecting that we will go up once again, and that's what it's doing. So, but it's not big, because meanwhile stablecoin supply is still reducing. So it's absolutely, the market is not flipping. It's not just because we go up, and we will see they are not even buying big spot. That's what it's happening. I mean, it's a very, very little gap between buys and sells, and that's what the CBD is indicating. And it's absolutely not big at all. So now here, for example, we can't detect any huge big inflow, not yet at least. I know that the market maker entity was, they were working on it. They did something, were indicating some activity. And if I check for today, the biggest one that was midnight, 1,100 Bitcoin. It's not big. It's absolutely not big. But if you want to be sure that all these Bitcoins are gone, you need to see the same here. And that's what we are not doing, because that's the outflow, that's the inflow. And that also, it's telling you, hey, they are accumulating Bitcoins on centralized exchanges. For what? Well, to distribute, to sell. That's what they are doing. That's exactly what they are doing right now. Exaggerate it once again, push up very hard, and then it will take longer to distribute, because that's what I have mentioned yesterday. That's the big problem we have in this market right now. It's for them, it's very easy to push up, but it's really hard to distribute afterwards. And Bulls tells you, yeah, they are doing everything, bringing fear, whatever, to get your Bitcoins. I'm sorry, but that's not true. That's absolutely not true. They can buy Bitcoins if they want. We don't have any problems to buy Bitcoins. You can buy Bitcoins. You can buy even 500 Bitcoins at once on Binance if you want. They have enough reserves. But the big problem is, if they want to distribute, it takes longer. Why do you think it takes longer? Because you don't have a lot of demand, and that's the big problem they have at the moment. They can push the price up. They can try once again to bring some FOMO. In my opinion, it's not even about FOMO to sell the spot, but maybe even more concentrated to the future market. That's another thing, another topic. But at the moment, to be honest, it's okay. They want to push up a little bit more. That's fine. Let us play the game. But, even here, we can see, you maybe would say, look, but we received a lot of stablecoins. No, it's 26 million we received here, but look, 38 million outflows. They are distributing all the time. I can show you the whale alerts every day indicating 120 to 180 millions outflow from Binance to unknown, indicating selling and reducing their balances, their bags, Bitcoin bags, and converting in stablecoins, taking them out. The question is, are these guys going to send all these stablecoins back to Treasury? Something I can imagine. Not happening that big at the moment, but it will happen. So yeah, that's right now what's happening. In my opinion, they are once again trying to fool people, to let them jump in and to buy as much as they can, because retailers, at least the remaining retailers we still have, are the only ones at least talking about entities the most bullish on Bitcoin at the moment. Let us go forward. So how is the future market looking at the moment? We can see here yesterday leverage ratio, funding rate went up, afterwards declined, went up, front running the price, and started to decline, and afterwards the price started to lift up. So it seems that was a nice preparation. Open interest leverage ratio doing exactly the same. Open interest just lifting up once again, and leverage ratio not sure. While it seems we have a gap in data once again on CryptoQuant because it doesn't appear here anymore, but looks it's following the open interest, indicating both are going up. On stablecoins, those who it seems were they took profit. The question is if they used long, shorts, or maybe both, swinging. However, they took profit. And even here, related to Bitcoin's inflows more than outflows, but not big at all. Absolutely not. We are still missing those 10,000 Bitcoin transactions. We don't have them. 2.5. That's the maximum today. It's not bad, but not that big. So at the moment, as you know, that's the daily resolution. So it's indicating us what happened yesterday, last time. So leverage ratio declining a little bit, open interest declining, while the funding rate lifting up even more. And yesterday, once again, 330 bitcoins. So they liquidated 284 bitcoins in longs and 330 in short. So it's peanuts, really peanuts. If we take a look to Binance, for example, they started to so the funding rate, that's what we see here, started to decline here, and it's not lifting up. So usually, as we know, the funding rate loves to follow the price. It's not happening. Also an indicator that could show us that these guys are just trying to generate FOMO to liquidate afterwards all these longs. So also here, not indicating that's really a solid move. Once again, unfortunately, once again. And at the moment, because the price is stocking now at 19,600, it did exactly once again, and I can show you why. It's doing exactly the same we had. And if we take a look, and if it's not to break that area, that's my box. You know my box, if you're following me. Once again, right now, double top, really simple. If they don't go up even more, it's, in my opinion, absolutely clear they are doing once again the same move to maintain and to reach that level at the end. But we will see. It's just too early. That's a process. Also, my analysis is a process. Everything is a process in this world. So that about futures. Let us take a look. That is some hours ago. Let us check what's the status. Shorts are coming back. That's a risk, in my opinion. But at least we can say that longs are not declining a lot. However, that's not good at all, because once again, people feel absolutely comfortable. Oh, we are going up, so immediately afterwards we will go down once again. It explains why the funding rate on Binance is declining that hard. So we need to see. We really need to see. As mentioned, I don't have any long, but if I start to see that shorts are coming back hard and longs reducing, not sure if I'm not going to close my short and instead go long. But you know, however, we have much more information than just this Binance perp balance. But you know, it's still 57 to 43. Now it looks healthy, but on Ethereum once again, even more. Well, no, not really, not really. They are much more on the short side here. So let us take a look. Oh, I need some credits. Let me check if I can get the blue. The blue would be amazing, but I'm not getting the blue. The red is the color of today, it seems. So let us go and check what Binance is doing here. If the structure of the liquidation map looks similar. So what should I say? I mean, related to the Kingfisher, it's obvious, once again, that's a fake rally that will bring us back. At the moment, everything at 19k. So yes, go back to 19k, why not? So otherwise they need to go up to 23.7. Good luck with that. So nothing big here. Let us take a look. 35 millions in liquidation, so even less, lower than yesterday. We had 50 millions yesterday. We remember we had just last week 80 millions. Also telling you something. FTX, let us check if the structure looks similar. Yeah, it looks. That's, what is that? I said FTX. FTX perp? What was that? Okay, that looks absolutely different. But even then, so someone is longing big, almost no shorts, it seems. But look that, we had 1,200 liquidations yesterday. Now 300 on FTX. That's nothing. That's less than peanuts. I don't know what is less than peanuts. Poo? I don't know. But that looks, wow. Is Sam playing once again? Is Sam playing? Maybe. Okay, let us go forward. So what is driving the market right now? FTX? Absolutely not. Distribution, and right now, not doing anything. Absolutely anything. But wow. Not that wow. No, to be honest, not that wow. That looks like a little bit like push up very hard, distribute quick, push up with the money you did, once again hard, indicating we are very close to an end, in my opinion. So, not showing anything at the moment, to be honest. But FTX at least is not driving the market, at least not with spot on their own exchange. If we take a look here, exactly the same. Up, down, up, down, up. So that's what they do. They have a limited budget, so push up very hard, decline very hard, push up very hard, declining, and right now we need to see. So everything depends now a little bit of what SPY, SPX, DXY is going to do. If DXY starts to lift up something, I'm absolutely convinced this week DXY is going to push up very hard. In such case, yeah, Bitcoin, SPY, SPX will go down. Also, I think SPX, SPY, I don't know if it's going to be such kind of spring. I can't tell you that, but in my opinion, we will go down. So the only ones, Bitfinex, indicating these guys could be the main driver, but taking into account the CVD doesn't look like, and doesn't really look like. I mean, here a volume of 76 Bitcoins, it's not what you need to drive the market. Absolutely not. But we know that Bitfinex algos use different exchanges, so it's also here, it's absolutely fine. If we take a look to Coinbase, and that was something really interesting, they pushed up, not big, distributed even more, and now pushing up, but also here, not big at all, absolutely not big at all. If we take a look here, 500 Bitcoins, 545 Bitcoins here, that was the biggest volume today, and here 470 Bitcoins. So is that a big deal? No, it's not. It's absolutely not. I mean, if you want to convince someone to invest its money in that asset, if you show him exactly this chart, he would say, "Are you kidding me? I'm going to buy a yacht, man. I'm not going to invest my money here." But yeah, that's the thing. So we need to see. Entities. What retailers reducing a little bit their balances, nothing big. This guy's here maintaining. This guy's here lifted up a little bit, nothing big. This guy's here not doing anything, absolutely not. This guy's here, the market maker, reducing even more their balances. Of course, the price goes up, so let us do it. And this guy's here not doing absolutely anything as well. So really not doing anything. If you check that, it's just, you know, it's really peanuts. It's just telling you that they are receiving more Bitcoins. That's their only thing, and that's not big at all. That's really not bullish at all. Absolutely not. So let us go forward. Let us check if we can see some fund flows. Bitcoin, I guess, because of SPY lifting up even more. And right now in a very critical situation, because now they need to show they want to push up much harder. And right now the market maker not doing anything, not really, as you see here, absolutely not big at all. So distributed, and afterwards they pushed up but not doing anything. So that would be also for me a very interesting part to see what they are doing there. Yeah, as mentioned today, Bitcoin reserves on centralized exchanges lifting up more, but also here nothing big. I mean, the market, it's stabilizing at the moment, so it's indicating, at least on spot, not on futures. On futures is declining more, but on spot it's indicating that they are really right now stabilizing. So the activity is flipping right now, but we need to see. We really need to see if it's going to flip, if that's the point of reversal and we will go up afterwards. That will be a very interesting thing, but if not, it will go down even more, also indicating that exchanges will bleed even more. So, and that's it. Miners not doing anything. And also interesting, look, the fund flows here indicating that's also mainly driven by OTC, it seems. I don't see any big, look, yellow is Binance, not doing anything. Right now here coming something, but it looks, it's mainly driven by OTC. And we know what they do. So I would be careful. And that's it. So let us see what's happening here on Coinbase, indicating they are pushing a little bit the price up, but waiting here with bigger sell orders. So in my opinion, 20k could be it. We need to see. They are here at 21k. We don't have anything at 20,500, so 20k looks at the moment very solid. So they will push up, push up, push up, but at the end they will fail at 20k, it seems. Of course, we need to see if they maintain these orders here and not going to remove these orders, for example. But you see a lot of things happening here, so we need to see. They push very hard at the moment, even on Binance. I mean, as mentioned, the CBD 300 Bitcoins. Is that big? Not really. Not really. But we need to see. That's what they love to do all the time. And I guess someone wants to sell. So we need to see what's happening here. Deribit. Also on Deribit, happening exactly the same like on Coinbase. Pushing up very hard and waiting there with sell orders. They removed here 20,400. Bitstamp. On Bitstamp, not really clear what they are doing here. Absolutely not. Also here, they both relatively big. They sold a lot just before, but yeah. Binance Spot. On Binance Spot, exactly the same like Coinbase at 20k. They removed here a lot of sell orders, but still at 20,300. So if they want to push up, in my opinion, if you are noticing they are buying less spot and pushing up artificially the price up, indicates me they need to sell. They need to sell, and that's what they are doing. They are selling, pushing the price up. That's crap. That's not healthy at all. So Bitfinex, also the same, but I don't see any big wall here on Bitfinex. Also Bitfinex, for example, yeah, I mean 300 bitcoins. They purchased now 300 bitcoins. Okay, it's fine, but FTX, well, good luck. Just good luck. Look that. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. They need to be extremely, I don't know. They need a lot of money just to push up that hard even more. Kraken, also doing exactly the same, also waiting here 20k. Bybit, nothing here. Bybit, yeah, no, nothing big. Bitmax, also nothing big. Binance Futures, also here indicating shorts, a lot of shorts until 20k. So also here indicating, and that's what they use, they love to do that, is push the price up. Less volume here, more volume here, price goes up. Now more volume here, less volume here, usually indicates price go down. So we will see how that plays out. But in my opinion, when they start to push up that hard without any retest, without anything, just push up, push up, push up, for me it's nonsense. It's just waste of energy, waste of time, because always the same. They push up to create FOMO for all these people just checking the charts, making some TA and think, oh look, breakout, let us go, that's the time. Okay, if you think, then go for it. Kraken Futures, also here on just shorting. OKEX Futures, at least these guys are longing, but nothing. I mean, really nothing. And FTX Spot, at the moment, they did 640 CBD. It's not that bad, absolutely not. But they started right now to buy, just before they were distributing all the time. and it's not going to be very easy to push up. I mean, if they want to push up to 20,500, it's really not going to be easy, but we know you can do it. You can do it. With a lot of money, you can do it. The problem is, I think this money is not coming in. I'm not sure if Bitfinex is making magic again, because we received today once again 1 billion tether printing. But usually that's a swap of Tron. You know, they are just converting USDT, Ether USDT to Tron USDT. But you know, I didn't see any other transaction indicating they're sending this billion right now to another exchange. But we need to see what's going to happen. Okay, that's it.